Hi, my name is Robert Weissert. I am the AP Stats teacher at Independence High School. I am excited to have your child in my classroom. It has been quite a semester so far, super busy, barely staying afloat, but I'm here and I'm doing, we're all doing what we can, aren't we? So I'm going to talk to you guys about just some general information, content information, ways that you can be involved and see what your child's doing. We'll start by going to my Google site. So my Google site is here. If you don't have it or don't know how to access my content information, there's my email and phone number, robert.weissert@cms.k12.nc.us. You can also text me and call me at 704-912-1464. That is a Google Voice number, so that'll go right to my phone. And text before you call if that is something you want to do to discuss the class. Talk about my schedule. This is third block for AP Statistics, A Day and B Day for both classes. We have tutoring available. I haven't had many people take advantage of it, but it is available after schools Thursdays from 2:45 to 3:30. We'll just get on a Zoom call, and I have a link for their link to the Canvas site, which I can show you. But most of the students in this class are pretty good about reaching out to me if they have questions on things. So I'll show you how you can reach out to me or make sure that your child's reaching out to me outside of class, because typically most of my help comes from messages on Remind, and they can and you, if you want, you can access my class messages. I put a lot of announcements on Remind. I'll send videos and just reminders through the Remind app. The Remind app it's for anybody, but it's designed for students, but of course parents can be in it too. And you can't see now, but as you can see, I have already notifications blowing up there, so you can see that Remind app, and a lot of communication goes right through there for students and me. So if you get the app and you find these codes and put them in AP Stat W3A, AP Stat W3B, that'll get you linked up to my classes, A Day or B Day. Now, as far as course navigation goes, when we go on to Canvas, all your work's going to be posted to Canvas. And the work, there's a lot of different links they can click on. There's a course syllabus link, grading, teacher information. But the enter here buttons, that's where you go. And we are at a point now, we just finished up Unit 1. So I'll just take you through Unit 1 since we've already worked through it. And it's going to say the date of what we're doing. The lesson, course and exam description, it just talks about how it aligns with the AP syllabus. So if you have the time and want to read through that, you can. It talks about the section of a textbook. Now, before I get into that, let's talk about their textbook. They all should have picked up a copy of this textbook from the school, The Practice of Statistics, 6th edition. If they have not done so, then it is available for them and they need to get into school as soon as possible, because in the next unit we are going to be using that. I've used the online textbook this unit just because not everybody has gotten the book from school. So we just tested over this unit. It covered chapters 1 and 2. And let me take you through a little bit how the lessons are laid out. There's going to be lesson PDFs. They can print them out. My suggestion would be, if they have access to a printer, to print out the PDFs. Usually they're about 2-3 pages at the most. They can print them out. And sometimes I have a copy of the notes worked out. As you can see here, there is notes worked out here. However, what they're going to find more useful is a video. There are videos going over almost every lesson. And the videos are posted under here. Sometimes it's me going over the lesson. Sometimes it's another teacher, but it's going to be what they see on there. And there's going to be a link to an assignment. Now on the assignment, excuse me, the assignments are posted through Sapling. Sapling Plus is the online textbook platform, and they can access it clicking on Macmillan Learning. And I'm going to do this as a student so you can see it from their perspective. So let me do a student view. So if they click on Macmillan Learning, they should all have their my apologies, I had to reset my login. So they should all have their Sapling account set up, and it'll have different assignments. These are all the assignments we've done. Section 1.1 recommended, 1.2, 1.0. I try to keep them in order of what we've in order of the things we've been discussing in class. But these are the assignments that are from the textbook, and as you can see, if they click on it here, like I'll do 1.3 part 2, I have it set up where it will give them a question and they can answer the question. Let's say I got this answer and I check it. Well, it'll say, no, you didn't get it. The lower cutoff is this, try again. So it does take, it allows you to try questions multiple times to get it right. It does take a little bit of points off, so make sure that they're not just guessing until they get it, because it's going to affect their grade. But there are resources. It'll take them to examples right from the textbook. And it has an ebook attached with it, as well as a regular hard copy textbook. So this is, an example straight from the ebook. And of course, I go over a lot of these topics in class. But they can also access the ebook. Let me go back to the Sapling Learning site. You can click on it right here, down at the bottom. So there's an ebook there. They'll first have to register it with their email account, but do that here real quick so you can see. Oh, I don't know, we'll say it's football. And here's a link to the textbook online. Sorry, this is taking so long. It's a lot to go over. So the textbook online is going to be the table of contents. Will give them all the chapters, and it's going to break down by section and by the examples. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm not going to take you through all that, but it's just like reading a textbook, and you can scroll through it like a PDF. Even in the back of the textbook, if you've taken a math course before, you might remember that sometimes there are solutions in the back. And of course, that's going to be the case here. Down here, they have solutions to many odd numbered problems, for example, in the textbook, or some of the examples that were in the reading part of the section that they want to try on their own, that they want you to try on your own. So you can go through there, and all of that is available in here that you can have the hard copy of the book and get that information from as well. So let me take you through the rest of the course navigation. As you're going through your units. At the end of the units, there are going to be tests. The tests will be on Canvas. Every test is going to consist of multiple choice and free response questions. I always try to do review time for all of those. The free response questions are uploadable through Canvas. Students will want to work them out on paper and take a picture, and I'll actually grade those based off of their writing and how their problems being correct, and their responses being thorough and covering all the material. I have several examples of going over free response. Here's a video of me going over these specific questions. So this is just a review, but yes, there's a lot to take in, and I know it's a lot to do an AP class online without being here in person. But we're doing hopefully everything we can. The unit test was, I gave it yesterday and today, the 21st. If you're watching this later, this was September 21st. It was on Canvas. It was a Canvas quiz. And they had to put in a passcode to access it. So I get them on class, and then once we all got logged in and nobody has any issues, then during the test days they can log off. Those are their formal grades. I do a test and a quiz for each unit as formal grades. Everything else is informal. And as you might remember, formal grades are 70% of the overall grade, and informal is 30%. So it's definitely to their advantage to study for those tests and do the best they can, and take advantage of retesting opportunities once they're available. There will be retests and requizzes as they go through the course, so that they can get as good of a grade as possible in the class and get themselves prepared for AP examination. Speaking of AP exams, students are going to want to, most of them are already in, but there is a website, myap.collegeboard.org, and I think almost everybody logged in here. Once in a while I'll do assignments through here. I've done 2 progress checks, and those are just multiple choice questions or free response questions. As you can see, I've got some that still have to submit in this class, but that go over the topics in the units. So it's broken down by units. In progress check I did A and B, and those are going to be questions that are similar to what you would see on an AP test for multiple choice and free response. I didn't get to the free response ones for this unit, but I will later on in subsequent units. As far as getting your student engaged in class, just make sure that they're present every day, asking questions, and being there, having their video on and sound on preferably, so we can have communication and dialogue. I use the chat box a lot to get people to put their answers and inputs, but just being attentive, make sure they're writing notes down, watching those videos for those notes when they're posted, so that way they can get my instruction if they missed it or need to go reinforce it from outside of class. Class time, I try to limit. It's hard to get everything in an AP class in 40 minutes, so sometimes we go over a little bit, but typically there'll be some notes that they'll have to complete and an online textbook assignment they'll have to complete on most standard days. Now, when I throw in quizzes on Canvas and tests in there, those kind of throw the schedule off a little bit, but typically a day is going to be, we have a PDF where I go over notes. There's going to be a video posted the next day, re-explaining them, and I'll hold live session in class going over those notes too. That's all I can think of. So if you have any questions, you know how to get in touch with me. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Oh, one more thing. Graphing calculator, TI 83 or 84. Okay, they're going to need them for their classes. Most of them have it. If they don't have it, let me know so we can figure out a way for them to get it. Okay, I got a couple extras at my house, and I'm willing to lend them for the year if they need them. All right, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you or your students in class. Take care.